What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Ref Room. I am Scott Smokin' Sills, joined by my man Brad Baumrock after a very nice long weekend of lots of hockey. What's going on?
Not much. It was a good weekend. That's all I know, and I'm happy that it's over because it was gorgeous out on Sunday, and I enjoyed outside.
Yeah, well, must be nice. I spent 3 days in the arena. Okay. From getting up early in the morning till late night. Yes, it was a busy weekend. During the season, it's not so bad. You're skating lots of games all the time and it's consistent. But when you go from doing a game or two, and then you do like 5 games in a day, five games in a day, it's not easy. It's not as easy as it normally would be. But anyway, it was fun. Saw some bad hockey, saw some good hockey.
It was a mix. One thing that I noticed is when you don't do as many games, you end up. It feels like you're standing a lot more than you normally are. It's very odd how that effect is, and your feet hurt, which they normally don't. Like during the season when you're doing 3-4 games a day, you just punch them out. But at that 3-game mark, when you have 5 games, boy, your feet are already barking. You're ready to get off the ice, and then you got to come back and do 3 more. So it's definitely something more wearing on the body. Let's put it that way.
No doubt. So for all the officials that are watching, I hope you had a great weekend. Everybody stayed safe out there. Hopefully you got to see some good games. We're going to talk about a few different things today. Of course, we got NHL playoffs already going. So, it's an exciting time of the year, even if it's not exciting for us. It's, right. We're all passionate about hockey, so we're pretty fired up about all our teams being in there. Of course, our Blackhawks aren't there, but maybe next year. Maybe.
I hope so.
We need it. We need it.
They got 8 less points. They got 8 less points this year than they did the year before. So
I know
that kind of worries me.
They got it. I mean, they're getting some good young talent, but they need a couple veterans. They need to go to the free agent pool. Got to get the checkbook out.
Huh?
It's time.
Yep, it is. I think.
They only got 2 more years, with Bedard before they got to write the big check, and that big check is going to be what, $100 million,
big,
$150 million. It's going to be big.
It's going to have a lot more zeros on his paycheck than on my paycheck. Let's just put it that way.
Well, not by much. Not by much. Yeah, I know. But, I feel like next year, honestly, they need to make the playoffs. They need to get a team that can at least, I'm not saying they got to go anywhere, but they got to make the playoff bracket. Because, believe it or not, it doesn't help our hockey if the Hawks aren't winning and making the playoffs. Because a lot of kids don't get excited about playing hockey. I think the fact that Bedard is here this year, kids are excited. That could get some kids into playing hockey. But if they were winning, I think they would get real excited about hockey and we'd see additional growth, because one of the rumors we'll talk about today, fact versus rumor, how many new sheets of ice do we have coming? There's a lot of talk about a lot of ice coming here. Okay, so let's start with a couple of them. All right.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. I'm going to start out in the blue here because Orbit, somebody told me, Orbit's been building a second rink for 2 or 3 years now. Where is it? I'm told now they're going to put 2 more sheets in. That 2 sheets are going to go. Yeah, I just got that the other day from somebody. They're like, no, 2 sheets.
They got the space. I'm like, they have the space.
Wow, 2 sheets, because they were supposed to have the other sheet up like 2 or 3 years ago. Hasn't happened.
This year.
So
they were supposed to be ready this year to start.
No.
They're originally
at least a year ago. But anyway, now there's talk that they're going to do 2 sheets. So, all right, that one I'm when I see it, I'll believe it. I know they've got the space, they got the property, they're good to go. But now, really close by, Rosemont getting 2 sheets and a hotel. What a brilliant move. I mean, right by O'Hare Airport, put in your own hotel. Rumor has it Wolves will go in there, probably leaving Hoffman Estates. And that means that after they leave Hoffman Estates, I don't know who's going to go to Hoffman, but when we figure out some of the others things that are going on, folks are going to need rinks. So you got 2 sheets possibly going in Rosemont for 2025 and the hotel. Mission Girls,
that's what I've
potentially being the anchor tenant there, along with the Wolves. But that's not enough for Mission, because the rumor has they're going to build 3 sheets in Elk Grove Village. In which case,
I've heard
the guys
2.
will come out too. What's that?
I've heard 2.
I just heard 3. I heard 3 a week ago.
You heard? Did you also hear Purple Monkey dishwasher at the end of these?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. These are all. Rumors are usually facts waiting to be confirmed. So we're giving you what we know. Because I keep hearing about 2 sheets in Lockport. I don't even know where Lockport is. Like somewhere down south. It's in your neck of the woods.
I know
right?
where. It's by me. Yeah, down by me. And I thought they were supposed to have that ready for this year, and it's supposed to have the world's largest hockey stick in North America. I know that.
Okay. Are they building? Have you been by it? Are they building anything? Have you seen this hockey stick under construction?
Is
it a Northland Custom Pro, or is it a Victoriaville, or is it a Sherwood? I mean, is it a one piece?
It's off my. No, it's off my. It's farther out of my neck of the woods where I'm going to drive over there for no reason. So, I haven't seen anything, and I haven't heard
got really curious
about it. I mean, I know that it's supposed to be there.
Well, the Rosemont rink, I got curious about. I'm like, I'm going to drive over there and check this out. I want to see this property that's being built. Everybody goes, well, you know where the Allstate Arena is, and it's between that and the Target. So I drive down there.
That's what I heard too.
I drove down there. There's like a ticket office building down there. I'm like, can't put 2 sheets of ice in there. That's not going to fly. So then somebody told me, well, no, it's further down the parking lot by the water tower. Okay, well, the water tower, if you go that way, there's like a preschool or something over there. It's like on the other side of the road. That doesn't seem to make sense. So I went to a really good source, and one of the guys I play hockey with used to be a Rosemont cop. So he told me it's where the police station was going to be built, in the apartment complex area. So kind of, if you know Des Plaines, they got the big lake that's on Toohey and Lee.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then there's a couple of extended stay hotels there, Holiday Inns or whatever they have. But back by that apartment complex, you can't really get in there. They're going to have to change a traffic pattern to have an in and out of there. But that's where it's going, and the ground is leveled. So, it's broken up ground at this point.
That one's the best one we have right now.
Yeah. So that's well. We also have Park Ridge being redone. So Park Ridge is gone. They're supposed to reopen for 2025, which means Maine is going to be playing, I believe, at Niles. What do they call it?
So.
Yeah. So Ballard, which is kind of tough because have you worked any games in there? I know that's not really your neck of the woods.
Well, are we talking about?
But there's no neutral zone. Okay, it's a half neutral zone.
Yeah, well, it's an old.
It's basically square. It's almost square, and it's like half neutral zone. So to be doing a four official system in there, I was going to say 4-man, but I caught myself. 4 official system in there.
Good.
It's pretty tight. Yeah, that's pretty tight to be working the game.
I'd rather do a 4 official there than in Downers Grove, which, did you hear Downers Grove closed?
I did. So we're going to keep going with all this stuff. We're on a roll. Yeah, I heard Downers Grove did close, and I'm not surprised. I mean, that place was built when I was playing hockey. One of my teammates' dads was a partner in that, and they built Downers Grove and Carroll Stream. Carroll Stream's still there.
That was going to be my next thing. Do you know? I know that this would be in your kind of the neck of the woods that you'd have this info. Do you know, is Carroll Stream going to stay open? Because it's the same guy that owns it. Yeah, I don't, because that's not a rink that I go to, so I don't really get to talk to people from that area, if you know what I mean. No, I got it.
Oh, let's see. Mr. Wagner checking
Say,
in. What's up,
somebody
buddy?
might have a.
He says Oakton Club will be playing at Bensonville Johns Avenue. Oakton Club. What is?
So
what
that
is?
would be. I'm guessing he's meaning the Express.
Oh, okay. The Express. That makes sense. Yeah, Express is going to go to Bensonville because they're out on John Street, which makes sense because you have the Mission girls that used to play out of John Street, and they are now going to Center Ice. So they're going to Center Ice for a year till that rink is built. Folks, there is a lot of movement going on right now. A lot. Lots of good.
Okay. Rumors. Let's remember this.
Well, that's not a rumor. For a lot of it. That's not a rumor. Like, they've moved out of John Street, and the fact of the matter is, Park Ridge is leveled. Like, it's gone. So there is no more Park Ridge.
And Downers Grove closed. We can agree on those are not rumors.
Absolutely. So those are fact, not fiction. So I'm trying to think what else. There's some other major. Okay, so Flames and Bruins are gone. That organization is gone. We've got a 6th AAA organization going into Seven Bridges.
Yep.
And then we've got TI. TI has moved out of Seven Bridges, and they're now in Addison, which the rumor has it will make some improvements. Rumor. Again,
I think that's pretty set.
They have to.
That's going to happen.
They have to. I mean, I know they're building locker rooms in there right now, but locker rooms don't make it more comfortable in there for anybody. So, it is what it is. But so they're moving. Why did we just ding for that one? I don't know if you heard that.
No, I did.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But anyway, so we got a lot of movement going on. Yep, I'm getting dinged like crazy here. Let's see if I can, folks go around the system. Okay, all right. Anyway, so that's basically the deal. That's kind of some of the rumors that we know are confirmed. If Mission were to move out of downtown, out of Fifth Third, the rumor with that is, who takes over that? Somebody said they're going to have their own junior team or something down there. I don't know. I've heard that too.
The Blackhawks own the Chicago Steel.
Yeah.
That's not a rumor.
So Steel would possibly come downtown.
No idea.
Where are they playing now? They're out in Geneva?
Geneva. Yep.
Yeah.
They're at Fox Valley still.
Fox Valley. Okay. And you've got the other. I also heard a rumor too. The company that owns the Cougars and what's the other? The Crush. I think the two junior teams in town, that they want to try to get a AAA organization. Have you heard anything like that? Or trying to bring in? I know
that they're going to have more USPHL teams, I think, in the area.
Okay, so that's a possibility.
I know that was the plan, but I don't know. Those things change year by year, so
Anybody else that we know is gone or moved now at this point for next year? Central States prospects. That's done, right?
But that division's done. They're just gonna have Central States still, and they're gonna. I haven't heard anything that they're gonna replace it with it, but it does sound like that they're not gonna look to do that again next year.
All right. What about there were rumors before about Catholic League and SHL with the second division for SHL with Catholic.
No clue.
That's nothing.
No clue.
No new updates on that.
Nothing that I've heard.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I mean, I don't know, like, just logistically how that would work, because all the Catholic League teams are in the Southwest.
Yeah.
Much.
And I know
I don't know how
that whole area, that was the big thing. I know Notre Dame, which is up north, wasn't crazy about the Catholic League. They liked the Catholic League, but from a logistics standpoint, it was a long drive to every game for them and some serious traffic. So I don't think it made it easy for them. Mike Wagner, Mr. Wagner says, Fifth Third, 25-26 season, Blackhawks AAA club kids. Okay, so Blackhawks are going to get their own AAA organization? Huh? Don't know. would be interesting. I kind of always thought that the Blackhawks would swallow up Mission, and that would become the Junior Blackhawks, but apparently that's not the case. So, yeah. All right. All right. A couple other things we were going to talk about today. Mike says yes. He says yes. That is correct. Thanks for that, Mike. Appreciate it. Anything else you know, Mike? You usually have your ear to the ground. You usually know some things. Give us something. We'll put it up here. Let's talk. We'll bring you on if you want to come on. All right. So some of the other stuff we were going to talk today too. Like this past weekend versus the regular season, we play sanctioned games, which are USA Hockey sanctioned. And then, when we hit the spring leagues, a lot of times they're not sanctioned games. And I wanted to talk to Brad about this and have him explain this a little bit to everybody. What is the difference between a sanctioned game and a non-sanctioned game? How does it affect the players? How does it affect the referees? What's the differences and what do we need to know?
So the one thing is that USA Hockey is not the governing body of whatever that game is. Now, there are multiple other avenues for them to play games. They can buy their own insurance policies. They can also have AAU be their policy instead and still play with USA Hockey rules because AAU doesn't have a rule book. So they put in the USA Hockey rule or USA Hockey rule book. Along with high school, they have Federation, which is just another carrier and also another division of hockey in North America. So, all these things they could have no effect on the referees at all, or they could have adverse effects. I don't know what the effects would be. What I would suggest always is talk to your assigner. They're going to know what these differences are. Hopefully they would know. They're the ones assigning it. They're real transparent about sharing that with people as well. They have no problems telling you. Some of the tournaments sometimes even have it on their website. Like the CCM that we did over the weekend actually had all their stuff on their CCM Shuffle website, that it was unsanctioned, all the things that you had to do in order to make sure that you could play. And then, if I remember correctly, at the bottom of it, it actually did show you who the carrier was and have the policy number nice. For the insurance company that they were using. Like a lot of the traveling tournaments do stuff like this. They buy their own policies. And the reason is because there are different clubs and teams around the country. So, like, an AAU team can't play a USA Hockey team because it wouldn't be a USA Hockey sanctioned game. So the USA Hockey people wouldn't be covered by insurance. And thereas, like, the referees wouldn't be covered by the USA Hockey policy. So they buy a policy to where these two clubs could come in and play under the same terms or the same umbrella. Or the worst case scenario is you go out there and it's totally unsanctioned and there's nothing. So, but that's, again, revert back to your assigner. Your assigner would be the one that can always ultimately answer that question for you. They're the best ones. If you don't know who the assigner is, get a hold of somebody in the area. I would think you would know because you're getting games from them.
Yep.
But if you don't know, try to get a hold of somebody in the area, and hopefully they'll know, and they'll try to guide you the best they can. But that's the big difference. It's just how the teams come together and play the game, and is it underneath USA Hockey governance or is it not? And the assigners always know more about that once it goes outside of the USA Hockey purview. So I don't have anything else to say about it because I don't know anything else. Yeah. But that's just what it is.
Brad and I have a lot of these conversations in the middle of the night. We stay up hours sometimes and we chew the fat, and that's how we really got to be friends on a lot of this stuff. So I'm going to throw one out at you. And this, I'm surprised we don't have anybody that's taken this up as a business plan for Spring League or whatever. And maybe you're going to tell me why, but I find it very interesting. I had a Northwest House League. Is that what it's called? U18 game yesterday.
Tier 3 hockey.
Yeah. Okay.
It's called Tier 3 hockey. That's the best
Tier 3. Okay. Cool. But man, it was all ex-varsity players playing yesterday, and Central State's players, Tier 2 players playing yesterday. It was pretty good hockey for what it was. But I'm curious, and then I was told, well, it's because they're a senior in high school. They've completed their senior year in as far as ice hockey goes, so they can't come back and play spring league with their high school team, and yet they need a place to play leading up to the next season. But you don't have Central States playing in the spring. You don't have AAA. Is AAA playing? They might be playing tournament games. So chances are these aren't really AAA players, so they're not tier 1. They're tier 2 players for the most part. But they have nowhere to go. I'm surprised that somebody doesn't come up with a league like that for those players that have just graduated from their high school team, so they have a place to play till they get to college.
There are college preparatory, they're like college prep summer leagues that plays
in the
like
summer.
West Meadows used to have one.
Right, I know, but they don't have anything this time of year where they're playing.
The one at West Meadows would have started by now, or it'll start next week, because they play for like 3 months, and then when everybody goes back to school, like I think they still do that. There was one up north a long time ago. I don't know if it's still there. That used to be, it might have been in Wilmette, but I honestly don't quote me on that because I don't remember. Yeah. And then there are some where some of the guys, they just go and they get a men's league team. There's a lot of that. You see a lot of that during the summer. These new clubs come in to men's league, and they just wallop these other guys, and it makes for some bad times for us on the ice. But they're just looking for a place to play. But luckily, hopefully by game 3, they figured it out that they're just out there to just kind of tool around and have a good time, and they're gonna win. Pretty much everybody knows that. But it's the ones that have to beat everybody into submission every time that the adults in the room will handle these things a little. They don't
properly. Like it, and they will take care of business when they need to. That's correct. All right, we have another comment here I want to look at because Karen is chiming in. Hi, Karen. Thanks for joining us, and she always likes to contribute. So she says, Arctic is redoing the systems in all 3 rinks. Well, that needed to be done. The owner has purchased a lot to the west for parking, with a 4th rink where the entrance lot is 3 to 4 years out for the rink. Yeah, that is. I heard that rumor that they have been granted a permit for a 4th sheet of ice there, but it's been put on hold. Like, you got the permit, but you have to figure out the parking situation. Yeah. So this is a different. They have all that parking
down the street that's a mess.
Yeah, they were talking that they'd have to put a parking structure in there, which would cost like $1 million. So that's good to know. So that's major. And yeah, that is another one that's going to be, I'm going to be too old for all this stuff. You guys are all going to benefit from all these new rinks and new sheets of ice. She says Wheaton, let's see what this is.
Same ref
Wheaton
rooms.
is leaving center ice for all seasons as they merge with Waubonsee. Okay.
Correct. Yep.
All right. So they're merging, and I think, is it Nazareth Academy is merging with somebody, if I'm not mistaken?
Possibly. I mean, there's so many moves and switches at this time of the year, I can't keep them straight. Honestly.
Well, stuff to think about, and, good conversation. And of course, as things develop, we'll clue you in on what's happening. We do know we did get the 6th AAA organization. That's official, because that was still up in the air a couple weeks ago, as far as I knew.
It's Facebook official, baby. So
Facebook.
Once it goes to Facebook, it's there.
Right. Where's the fact checkers when we need them, huh?
from whoever said Facebook was a dead media. Anyways.
Right. Fact checkers, baby. We'll get a fact checker on that right away. All right. I think we had one other topic we wanted to cover today. That was a suggestion from Brad. We should talk weekend fun, and then how if people want to work different levels, they need to let someone know. We already did the weekend
fun.
We did the weekend fun. Yeah.
So the one thing I wanted to cover was, at this time of year, we just had nationals, we just had districts. And, there's a lot of referees that are like, well, how did these people get to go? Yada, yada, yada. It's not always that you're not the best referee in the area. We will admit it. I think a lot of people can admit this. Sometimes we just don't think of you. Okay, so if you want to go to something like that or a camp or something like that, because camps are starting up now, the local people, your assigners, all that can get you the information that you need or that you're looking for, or they may be the ones that sit you down and say, okay, you shouldn't do this. Okay, so but if you don't say anything, nobody's gonna know.
You won't get sat down and
Yeah.
told you shouldn't do this.
Well, that does happen. That does happen. Trust me on this. Yeah. There are things that some people are very not good self-evaluators of their skills, and unfortunately, some people would like to referee in the NHL, but yet they can't skate backwards at all, and that's just not an ascertainable goal. And they might be 58 years old. Okay, there's just certain things.
58. I'm trying to do the math here for some of these people and figure
Well,
out who we're talking about.
Nobody. I have nobody in general. I'm just throwing what ifs out there.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that sometimes they'll tell you. Now, if you do ask and they tell you why, either you can work on it, or if it's just something that's unattainable, there's not much we can do. Like, I'm sorry. Like, so. But yeah, just always keep keep your communication open. Let people know, because there was it was funny because during playoffs somebody had reached out to one of our board members. Our board member sent it over to us, and we were like, "How did we never think of this person?" Like, and it wasn't because they're not a good referee. It's just that we didn't think of them. So we ended up making sure that they got some playoffs this year because they had never worked any. We didn't even recognize. We're like, how did they never work any games? Well, they either never put in for them on time, or they never knew when to put in for them, or just they had put in for them and their name just kind of fell into the chaos of, hockey.
Former referee in chief here, Jack Raz. Assigners have no say in USA hockey camps.
That is correct, but they can get you the information to how you can sign up for USA hockey camps.
There you go. Jake Morris says, Hurt Phantoms kicked out Team Illinois, which is TI, from Seven Bridges. Where will Team Illinois play? Yes, we did cover that already. They will be at Addison.
The lovely confines of Addison.
They will be at Addison Square Gardens, baby. The beautiful Addison Square Gardens, as our friend Matt Bowe from York High School likes to call it. The friendly confines. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
I heard they got kicked out a very interesting way too. It was like a tweet while TI was playing, and the coach read it on his feed from a tweet, and he lost his mind at the time. Done by design, of course, but there's no love there apparently.
I know no such knowledge. I'm staying.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Just claim your innocence there. Anyway, well, we got another month roughly of hockey left, I guess, of spring league. It's mostly men's league will be happening after that, but I think we got 4, maybe 5 weeks of hockey, and then of course there'll be some summer tournaments and stuff. So still lots of stuff going on. There's another big tournament in town next weekend, so there's plenty of games out there. If you want to skate, be sure you look at all the different outlets to find the games, because there are games out there. And with that being said, I think we're going to wrap it up. I mean, it's kind of our off season too, in a way. So we're going to be doing this every other week. So we'll take a week off next week, and we'll just stay in touch, and we'll keep you guys posted as to what's going on and all that good stuff. Feel free to reach out anytime. You know how to get a hold of us, and we will see you next month. A week from Monday. A week from Monday.
Month.
And we are going to be moving the show. Be prepared. We are going to be moving the show to Wednesdays. We haven't decided when yet, but it's
we'll get to it.
We'll get to it when we get to it. We get to it. We'll let you know, of course. Anything else you want to cover before we go?
Nope, I don't think so. I just get outside, people. It's beautiful out. We're in Chicago. We don't get very many days that are nice like this before it gets hot.
Yeah.
Go out and enjoy your yard. Throw mulch, do whatever.
I still, I'm ready for another 10 degrees. You can turn it up a little bit for me.
I agree. It could be about 10 degrees warmer, but at least
I don't want to think about the T-shirt or the sweatshirt. I want to just know I'm putting the T-shirt on. Okay. All right.
All right.
Go Maple Leafs. Go Maple Leafs. Yeah, they get a tough series with Boston, so I will be rooting for them. Who are you rooting for? Who are you picking all the way here?
You know what? I really haven't had a chance to sit down and even think about it. Let me hold on here. Let me tell you who I'd like to see. I'd like to.
You looking for Vegas to repeat?
No. To be honest with you, no. I mean, I'd love to see the Maple Leafs go all the way. I got a lot of friends in Toronto.
Yeah,
that would be a good one.
I'm rooting for them, but they're already down one game, I think, aren't they?
Yeah, they're down a game. Yeah, so is Nashville.
Yeah,
but I'd love to see Vancouver get in there too. So that's
I watched
tough.
a little Vancouver game last night after I got back from skating. So
yeah, well, I mean, I'm
they won.
glad to see that Colorado lost. That was, I know a lot of my friends.
Yeah, that's kind of a surprise because I got to think Colorado's one of the odds-on favorites to do very well.
Well, yeah, but Winnipeg wants to get back for last year, so
yeah,
and it's gonna be a tough. It's gonna be a tough series for Colorado. If they can make it through that one, they might be worn out afterwards.
Hey, here's another rumor: the Coyotes might be moving to Salt Lake City.
Oh, that's already approved. No, that's not a rumor. That's a done deal. Like they're moving.
I've actually been to the Delta Center in Salt Lake to see. I've seen a hockey game and a basketball game there. It was a really nice facility. Now I don't know how much. This is a long time ago when we didn't have our nice United Center that we have now, and that's been around since the 90s. So I saw games back in the 90s there, and it was a cool place. It was like, wow, I'm surprised we don't have something like this in Chicago. Well, lo and behold, we do. But I don't know, like, that's an older building now, so I don't know how much improvement they have made or need to make there.
Could be just be a makeshift arena too. You know, I mean, where they're at right now is a makeshift. You know, they're still not drawn. I mean,
I know.
Let's just move. They couldn't get a rink permit, you know, through the city, so it's like,
how long before Houston would be the biggest market without hockey.
I agree with you. We covered that in that show.
That's the biggest market without hockey. Okay, that's market number 4. That's a lot of potential eyes to watch games. So, you know, and I think Dallas has done pretty well down in Texas. You know, I think people like the hockey down there. So, I see no reason why they couldn't support a second team down there. I still say Toronto could support 2 teams, whether they wanted to or not. But they could support 2 teams in a heartbeat. I think, you know, maybe we're missing the boat. You could have a north side, south side rivalry going 100 east, west, whatever. Yeah, but I think they could obviously support a second team there. No
well, yeah,
because
I think the Phillies sell out every game.
Yeah.
So, you know, same market. So,
yeah, exactly.
Different level of hockey. So,
all right, but a couple more comments and then we're going here. Carl says, can't wait for the Junior Steel AAA come 25-26. Okay, Chicago will have either 7 or 8 AAA teams by the time 2030 comes around. I'm not really worried about 2030. They might have 50 AAA teams. It won't make a difference because I won't be skating those games at that point in time. So I don't think.
That was a realist conversation there. Definitely not an optimistic one.
Yeah.
So.
Not very optimistic, but yeah, probably by 2030. That's 6 more years.
6 years.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Do I have 6 more years left in me? I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
this guy's older than you.
I still feel pretty good out there, I got to say, but I don't think I'll be trying to get on the U16 game.
The question is do you want to duck out of the way of 100-mile-an-hour slap shots?
Exactly.
In 6 more years. So that would be the question.
Yes.
So
the bones might be a little more fragile by then. I don't know. We'll see. On that note, we're going to say goodnight.
We're going to say
good night.
Well, I'm glad that's all we have to do. Bring up your age. All right.
Yeah, exactly. All right, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you in 2 weeks from the Ref Room in Chicago. It's Scott Smokin' Sills and our referee-in-chief locally, Brad Baumrock. Peace out, everybody.